give this away. I'm going to pick someone. So that's coming soon, just for being a part of this and watching this with us. So you might win. But I'm super excited because we just got back from Pruvit's annual event, Epik, which is our big event with the company. And we got to meet our team. We got to have some, some training, and we got to see, like, it's really the award ceremony. And this is the thing that I think I took away, and you're going to hear the different takeaways from different girls on the team. But personally, from this experience of going, this was in Boca Raton, it was on the beach, it was a gorgeous destination. The hotel was at the Waldorf Astoria, the first time I've ever been there. It was beautiful. And the event was incredible. The energy was just amazing. Like, you've never stepped foot into something that was just like that high energy, positivity, ever. Like, there is no such thing. It doesn't exist anywhere. Like, this was an event, like, I've never been to anything like this ever in my life. And it was just, I've been to other events from other companies, but it was not like this. This is on another level. And it was so much fun. So my takeaways from this trip really was actually the biggest moment that really hit me, besides meeting my team and all of these girls that I work with every day as we build these businesses together, that are like literally best friends, a part of this business. But aside from that, seeing the top ranks, their awards, that hit me the most, because when I saw that, I was like, wow, like, these are regular people reaching extraordinary heights in their life. And I really saw how this business impacts people's lives. People get started as a promoter with this company and their life changes forever. And as promoters, we're not salespeople. We're not like trying to sell a product to someone. We are literally changing people's lives. And like, our goal is to impact someone's life, either with the business or with this incredible product that is not just for weight loss, but is helping people. And you'll hear Jackie's story in a little bit, because her story was really impacted on the health side of this, as well as the weight loss side. But, there's just so many ways that this product is helping people. And being a part of such an incredible community is a blessing. And I feel like, honestly, I found something that is like the perfect timing with the perfect product. Like, there will never exist a perfect storm like this. It's like the right place at the right time. It is. So if you don't know anything about ketones are, they are an alternative fuel source that gives your body like incredible energy, incredible focus. You will feel really good, but you'll also lose cravings. You'll have fat loss. All of these things happen when you drink ketones. Now, this is the splash. Today we have a sale. So listen, guys, even if you decide promoting's not for you, or maybe you want to wait a month or whatever you want to do, get some Splash ASAP, because you will be thanking yourself you have this Splash, because the Splash is everyone's favorite flavor. And you guys on this call, if you guys love Splash, like, raise your hand. Splash is beyond amazing. It tastes like watermelon, with like a hint of grapefruit. It's really light. It's refreshing. It's our least sweetest flavor, because some flavors can be sweeter than others. This one is like perfect. And right now they have it launched in our office. It's not available yet for sale, except for when they do these special launch releases. And so right now it's there. So pick some of that up. Whoever the promoter is that you found this video, get the link from them and get some Splash ASAP. But as far as the promoter opportunity goes, promoter packs are on sale today. So we had no idea the sale was even coming. We just knew there's usually a sale once a month, and it's typically towards the end of the month. So we're probably not going to see another sale for another month, until the end of next month. And this sale is incredible, because you can get this promoter pack, which I'm just going to explain just a teeny bit about this side of it, so that you guys, I don't want to like take too much of your time tonight, but the promoter pack with the sale, it's $780, but when you sell, you're going to get 200 samples, individual sample packets that look like this, of the different flavors, and you sell 10-day experiences. And this is actually a brilliant part of this whole business model, because what happens is someone can get started for no commitment. They're not locked into any SmartShip program, and they can start with just a 10-day experience. They're going to get results in that 10 days, and they're going to find a flavor that they love in their package. So then when a sale comes, or when they run out of their 10-day experience and they're like, I have never felt energy or focus like this ever in my life, and I'm finally losing weight, when that starts happening for them, they then know what flavor they love, and they go in and then they order, they become happy customers, and they keep ordering. And this grows your business just incredibly, and you will be changing people's lives. And that's the most incredible part about it. But so you get enough for 20 people to have 10-day experiences in your initial package. So you're going to earn $1,200 back on that initial investment of $785. And that even includes the yearly $37 promoter business fee. So you don't pay monthly for your business. It's one time a year, and it's only $37, and that comes included with this. So you are going to get a ton of perks and benefits for starting your business with this promoter pack. I can post a link in comments after this with an explanation on that, so you can learn more about that. But let's just say when you get started with an experience pack, you set your business up right, because you're going to start the momentum for all of those people, because once you sell these, you're going to have 20 people getting experiences, falling in love with the program, and then ordering as customers, and it's building your business, and it's building all of those future sales, and you're earning right away on the sales that you make off of your experiences. So the business model is so smart. And believe me, when I first started, and if this scares you, and if you're like, I don't even have $700 to my name, a lot of girls, what they do is they will pre-sell. So they will actually just sell their 10-day experiences until they have the money to purchase their package, and then they ship them out to everyone at that time, if you literally do not have it. But if you're sitting here and you have the money to start up that investment on your business, do it while there is a sale, because you maximize your earning on that initial package, and you're going to make more off of it by doing that. So it's smart to do that. So the sale is happening right now, expires tomorrow. So if at any time during this webinar we say something that really connects with you, and you're like, I want to go for this, I want to jump in, I want to do it, contact the promoter who sent you this video, or you found this on their page, and just get started. Just go for it. Like, I can tell you 100%, I can look you in the face and tell you, this is the best decision that I have ever made in my life. And most of the girls on this team, I mean, everyone on this call can tell you the same thing, that it's just life-changing. It's unbelievable. And the things that are going to happen to other people's lives from your decision to do this is just going to be remarkable. So I'm not going to take too much more time. I'm going to talk a little bit more about my story towards the end of this. But I want to get into Natasha's story, and I want to hear a little bit from Natasha about her experience since she started her promoter business, what maybe some of her fears were before she started. And also, Natasha, if you could talk about like the moment at Epik that, you know, maybe was, I don't know, eye-opening for you, or just really touched you, or just something that hit you at Epik. So go ahead, Natasha, take it away.
Hey guys, so I just want to tell you a little bit of my story, so hopefully it inspires you. First of all, and I'll try to do it quick. First of all, I want to let you guys know I am an immigrant. I came to America. I did not speak the language. I had to learn the language. And as an immigrant, early on, the first thing I know was working hard. My parents pretty much told me working hard all the time is very important in order to achieve your goals, because literally we came to this country with absolutely nothing, including not speaking English, you know? So that's something I had to learn. So from very young age, I had set up one goal for myself. At age of 11, that's when I got here, actually. My mom was pregnant. She gave birth to my brother. And then my parents, as immigrants, and anyone who's immigrants can relate, your parents probably worked 2 to 3 jobs, and you, as a sibling, probably had to raise your siblings, your brothers, sisters, and then most likely you actually had to potentially lie about your age and go help your parents work. So at age of 11 to 12, you start working. Long story short, I did not have my parents' support, and that had impacted me a lot. Not that support, but it just always working. And I'll tell you why it means a lot to me. at that age, at age of 11 to 12, my parents, they were doing a lot of house cleaning or at night office cleaning, because that's what immigrants do if you really think about it. So at that point, I told myself that I will go ahead and I will work as hard as I can. I will get education. I will work 2 to 3 jobs until I'm age of 26. So when I decide to have my first child, I will be at least, I'll go back to working 1 job and I'll be home with my child at least at night. That's the vision I had, because that's the only thing I knew is in order to have my dream, I have to have at least 1 stable job. Long story short, I did accomplish going to college. I have a bachelor's degree. I have a master's degree. I was a fraud investigator and operations specialist for the company, and I was about to get trained into potentially VP position. However, about 5 years ago, my eyes got open to working these companies from home. I was very against this. I was the person on Facebook who said, I will not going to be one of those wives who just plays around the house and plays on the computers and trying to earn this money. Like, this is BS. I'm not about that. I'll work my 3 jobs. I'll work as many hours as I can because I will get to my goals. And then I tried one of those kind of jobs from home, and my eyes just lit up and open. At that point, I saw the vision, and the vision was, if I work hard enough on my own business, I can be home with my child, and I don't have to even work that 1 job. I can be there. I can be home with my child to see her first steps, to see her laugh. I don't have to miss a single thing. And to me, that is I get emotional. That is extremely important because, as I said, my parents, after age of 11, once we got to United States, my parents were not present in that. And that's nothing against them. Don't get me wrong. I love my parents to death, but they had to work to provide a better living for us. And they still work 2 jobs, which I hate. Long story short, my other business, it was just not good timing. This thing started going down the hill. The income wasn't there. And my dream of staying home with my child almost was taken away from me. At 25 weeks pregnancy, I had to sit down with my husband and go through things and consider getting a full-time job. And that literally almost tore me apart because I was 25 weeks pregnant. I was this close to my dream, and it was taken away from me because the other business was just not making it. And I had to sit down and think about it. I had no energy. I gained 38 pounds in my 24 weeks of pregnancy. I was depressed. I was sitting on the couch. I was watching TV. I just had nothing. I thought I was a failure. I was like, something is wrong. It's all about me. It's, But then I messaged Ashley and I told her, I'm like, please keep it on down low. I don't want anyone to know I'm trying this. I did a lot of research. I was 24, 25 weeks pregnant. And I said, I want to try this, but God forbid you tell anyone. Like, I don't want people to know. I will not post anyone. Don't tag me on anything. I am the most download person there is. And I said, I'm going to try this. Please help me. But I don't want to run, do not talk to me about the business. Not interested. I'm not doing this as a business. I'm just trying this product for energy purposes. Long story short, I tried the product. I fell in freaking love with it. The energy I got from it is amazing, and you guys will hear about it. And my weight gain stopped. After that, pretty much my weight gain stopped. And guys, you usually gain majority of your weight, I heard, after 25 weeks. My weight gain stopped at that point. And I started feeling great. I started feeling energy. So at that point, after a month, literally crying and just the thought of thinking about switching businesses and doing something like this, I was like, I can't do this. This is not what I want to do, But I realized that this is something that helped me, which means it's going to help other people too. So at that point, I had to cry. I had to talk with my husband. But again, we were in such a situation. We live in Florida. We got hit with Irma. We were traveling to Minnesota. We had so many expenses that coming out in our month or 2 months prior to that, we literally used up all of our savings, all of our credit cards, everything. There was just so much happening. When it rains, it pours and things just keep hitting you. That's what happened to us. And Ashley told me in order to be a promoter, you have to buy this package. And it was like $900. And I'm like, I don't have that money. Literally just don't have that money. But I knew in my heart of hearts at that point, month into it, doing the product only, I knew that it helped me and I wanted to do this. Like it just, the energy I got, how I felt, it was just so different. And I was like, okay, whatever. I'm going to go talk to my husband. Guys, I had to literally max out my credit card. Like max out, like, and I'll tell you how. And I used to be a fraud investigator, so I know how credit cards work, because you can max out your credit card up to 2% above what your credit limit is, because they do allow you to go above that. Like that's how I know this stuff. I had to max out it. But I knew that I told Ashley that I have 3 months. My husband gave me 3 months to pay it back, to make that money back. And even if I didn't make at that point that money back, I was like, well, I'm going to drink it anyways because it makes me feel great. So then I'm just going to have a year worth of, I don't even know, is it a week? I don't know, however month worth of product because it made me feel good. Ashley laughed at me and she goes, girl, you need like no more than 3 weeks. And she's like, and that is like way above. She's like, you can sell it in like 3-4 days or whatever. But she's like, I'll give you 3 weeks max. I laughed at her. I could not believe her. I'm like, no, it doesn't. I know how these companies work. I am pregnant. I am crazy. I'm 20, at that point, 26, 28 weeks. I'm like, I know you have to work hard, long hours. I am crazy of switching, being so pregnant. I want a time with my baby. But Ashley showed me one thing. Everything we have on this team, guys, is duplicable. And I am talking about so duplicable that I knew, like once I went and I looked at every single training, is that when the baby comes here, I can just plug things in and it just goes like an oiled wheel. Like I don't have to waste time. As long as I take all the training that we provided in the team and plug it in, I don't have to recreate anything. Like literally everything is there for you guys to go with it. So I jumped in, I did it, guys. I sold my promoter's pack in 3 days. I made money back. I had to show my husband my stuff and he's like, oh, keep doing it. So after this, from he was against me getting into this business, now he's like every day, he's like, so how's that going? How's the business coming? Are you working? Are you slack? Like he just checks on me because he's like, no, keep working. You're doing great. The money are coming. Like, so I don't want to go into all the details, but I'll tell you, going from broke to being where a couple weeks ago, I was stressing about not being ready for the baby. I end up flying in my cousin to Miami to set up my baby's room. That's where we are right now. 2 weeks ago, I ended up flying in my husband's best friend to Miami as a surprise. My brother came here for Christmas, and as a surprise for him, we did all-inclusive Universal student. How many of you guys been to Disney and know how expensive that crap is? We stayed at Universal Resort. We got fast passes for everyone, even for this crazy pregnant lady, for 2 days. I mean, I was there, and the energy I have, like, guys, I can be through Universal. I can walk it off, like, and every girl here who's been in Epik, they'll tell you, I am 41 weeks pregnant, and I was in Epik, and I was jumping in the chairs, and they were freaking out. I wasn't. I was like, what are you guys talking about? I'm fine. And they're like, get off the chair. You're going to give birth. So long story short, guys, this opportunity, if I can do it being right now 41 weeks pregnant, I promise you guys, every single one of you can do it. And 2 months, so my 3 months anniversary is pretty much, I think, today or yesterday, something like that. Last month, I was this close to earning a car. So I'm pretty sure we're going to earn the car this month. And I am pretty sure I'm giving birth in next 48 hours. That's how close we are. Like, I'm actually feeling different today than a couple days ago, girls. But I'm sure. So I promise you, if I was able to go from being completely broke in 3 months, growing the business, being 9 months pregnant, any one of you guys can do it. And then one thing that I took away from the Epik is, for me, it was the team. Honestly, I mean, the speakers were great, that any one of us can do it. It was all great. But to me, it was the community. Like, I wanted to be in perfect community. So the crazy me drove to Epik at 40 plus weeks pregnant because I wanted to meet the girls. I wanted to meet the team. And this is honestly one of the best teams you can ever join. Like, I am not even joking about it. So I hope this helped. So I'm out.
Thank you, Natasha. You inspire me every day. And honestly, I swear, every time I talk to Natasha, I get an idea to do something in my business every single time. Like, she doesn't mean to do that. It's just she gives me these ideas because she says something to me, and then it's like, oh, this would be a great idea. Like, she inspires me in so many ways, like, that I can't even really say. But a lot of people don't do that to me, you know? Like, usually, like, I'm so busy thinking of, like, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to do. But, like, every single time I talk to Natasha, she something she says sparks like some brilliant thing to come out, like some idea. So thank you, Natasha, for that, and for being a part of this team, and for making it all the way to Epik for over 40 weeks pregnant. Like, seriously, that is with your first baby. Like, this isn't like her third baby where it's like, whatever, I'm pregnant. You know, it's like, no, this is her first baby. And she was literally standing on the chairs, like, hollering and taking pictures. And we're like, oh my God, get off that chair. You're like, are you crazy? So thank you, Natasha. So next we're going to hear from Jackie. Jackie's going to tell us a little bit about her story and her biggest takeaway from the Epik event. And again, guys, if you're just hopping on, we're going to be doing a giveaway here. So make sure you hit that share button on this video, or comment below with that you shared it or where you're from. Or, you know, we'd love to hear that. And we're going to be drawing a winner to win some of our new flavors.
Oh, hey, I'm Jackie. I'm originally from Illinois, and after my third child, we transferred for work and we moved to the South. You know, usually after 3 babies, you think you can lose it pretty quick, but I'm a special case. I have a lot of chemical sensitivities and a severe pain med allergy. So the biggest I ever got was moving down here almost 3 years ago. I moved down here to a place I've never known. I left my hometown, and I was 240 pounds with a 6-month-old, a 1-year-old, and a 2-year-old. I transferred down here. I was a postal carrier, and I was slaved to 7 days a week because we were shorthanded for my position down here in the mountains. So I was working all the time. I didn't get to potty train my daughter, who is my middle child, and you just miss a lot of time. So it got to the point where I was exhausted all the time, just not feeling good. So I worked for another company, and I made it good enough until it got super popular. You know, like to that point where everybody's doing it or know somebody who's doing it, or, you know, it's just really hard to, on that side, it was, you had to stand out. You had to do a lot on your own. You had to, you just felt like you were competing with your friends or your family, and it was just really hard to move forward as a business. So I lost 91 pounds my first year here doing the traditional, you know, your exercise at home programs, your nutrition and everything. But most of my followers, and there's a lot of new people on here tonight, but I have been epileptic. I started with my triggers and my stuff around 8 is when I started with the daily migraines, the headaches, and I also have RLS. By 14, they had upped me to 4 medications and the epilepsy diagnosis once we were able to do some tests and figure out that's what it was. And so by 14, I'm on 4 different medications. By 20, it was up to 5 medications and over 3,000 milligrams a day between the 5 of them. So you can imagine the schedule of always listening to an alarm, and 4 to 6 times a day I was taking medicine, and that fear and anxiety, you know, well, you can think of how expensive these meds are as well. So 1 month will be like $75. Every 3 months, it'll be a $250 month. So it gets really hard. So with the pregnancies and everything, I lost it the regular way, but I was still having the seizures. I was still having the triggers. I was still having the flare-ups with my RLS and everything. I went to have a simple tooth procedure just a dentist to get a bad tooth looked at. And with my chemical sensitivity, one surgery drug out across 4 and giving me an infection in my jaw. And then day 1 of recovery, I had got a phone call. I was supposed to be in bed rest because, I had to get a bone graft put in where the infection spread. But it took 4 surgeries to fix it. Day 1 of bed rest, I got the phone call that my mom was laid out in the ICU back home near Chicago, and they had found her cancer, and she was on life support for that, and that I needed to stop what I was doing and go. For me, at 3 kids, it's very hard to just get on an airplane. At this point, they were 1, 2, and 3. So I packed them up day 1 of my bed rest. I'm supposed to be resting, and we drove the 9 hours back home to be there for my mom. Through the travels and the rest stops, the ICUs, the emergency department, because my kids also caught a virus on the way up and had to be quarantined too. So from all this exposure, I had caught an infection where my surgery was, and I had it spread to my blood. So I said I wasn't going to go anywhere until I knew my mom was okay. And after about 4 days, I noticed that when my husband finally got up there, he had noticed that I was swelling and turning green from this blood infection that we didn't know I had yet. So I myself had to find an emergency dentist and be put on one of the strongest antibiotic steroid treatments you could get, and you have to get it from certain hospitals. So coming back home within 6 weeks between the steroids, the antibiotics, my already routine, I blew up. That 91 pounds I had already lost was gone in a matter of 4.5 weeks. And before I knew it, I was up to surpassed where I was after my 3rd baby. After already feeling so accomplished, I was up to 265 pounds when I started my comeback. We were already coaching a ketogenic, and at this point, I was in the South, so I was able to find a new neuro specialist, and I said, look, this is what I want to do. This is how I want to go. And he was like, well, I was going to suggest that, but I'll listen. You were well educated, so I'll let you finish. So we started the ketogenic meal planning and everything in February. We did all that, and anybody who's done keto, anybody, it's very strict to stick to, but it works. And when you're really trying to heal your body, I had to start healing my body because from all the medicines and from being little plus everything for those 4 months of surgeries, my liver was starting to get bad and one of my kidneys. So I had to act fast. I had to find a way to cleanse naturally because I was scared of all medicine at this point, you can imagine. So we started the ketogenic strictly. I did it 7 months, and I did great. And then anybody who has kids knows that it's just, there's too many temptations, and I don't prep separately, but we make a dinner and I have alternative options. But you have those days where you don't want to make dinner, so you go for the quick and easy or to make everybody happy. It's just really hard to stick to all the time. So come October, I found out about the ketones, and I was the biggest skeptic. I said it was too good to be true. So me and my husband researched like 8 weeks, and I was blown away by the biochemistry of the product. You could ask my husband. I was like tearing up and goosebumping just from reading my research, and just so excited to get my hands on it for myself. So I sold baby clothes, did what I had to do, took my last check I had from my last company, brought it over here. I was like, well, I have just enough for my 10-day. Then my husband sold a few tools, a little stuff, got his 10-day. We have never looked back. It makes sticking to a keto diet very easy, so you can have that flexibility. I already had the weight loss, but I needed something more. I still felt like I was missing something. And I used to always joke about finding that holy grail of getting just a toddler energy and a shot of espresso. And I sleep amazing. I have my kids' energies, and I don't feel so focused or unfocused and scatterbrained. So at 7 months of keto, I was able to come off of the 4 medications, but I still needed an alternative low dose to maintain triggers. So I was already healthy, but then with adding ketones, with that every single day ketosis and being consistent, I'm now 2 months, and I started 4 months ago, but I'm 2 months off of that final med. So I'm no longer on any of my medications that I had for the triggers for the anxiety, the RLS, the migraines, the seizures, all of that. So December was really freeing for me to not only have the energy and sleep better, but I've never felt like this in my whole life. I've always been cloudy or trying that anxiety of what if I run out, what medicine am I gonna miss? I don't have to worry about that anymore. And the best part, my phone's not dinging with an alarm 8 times a day. So I let it for me. My husband's not keto. He does it for just energy. And it's amazing. He was able to cut back in cigarettes and sodas. All of us have cut back in coffee. And then my kids have severe sleep apnea. And my older two had to get the surgeries at their second and third year. But my youngest was tiny. They wanted to do it at 18 months, but we talked him into pushing it back because I wasn't comfortable with where his weight was, just because he's tiny. He's my little mini. So the other kids are a lot bigger for their ages, so they didn't scare me one bit. I knew they'd be okay. But we weren't sleeping. His flare-ups during the fall last year, it was just hard on everybody. My other two are waking up. I was waking up. We have a dog that gets sick really bad, so we were nursing him with his flare-ups and everything. So, I mean, the sleep, you can just imagine, was still a newborn schedule. So I talked to his pediatrician, and she agreed. And I just started giving my youngest a quarter pack up to 5 or 6 days a week. He was sleeping better. He was scheduled to do his big surgery this January. And in December, we asked they have to do the sleep study to make sure it's still a problem. And it was so awesome because he was downgraded from severe sleep apnea to an occasional sweaty snorer. That sleep specialist was like, "What are you doing different?" And he no longer stops breathing at night. He no longer has the leg twitches or the jerking. He sleeps. He sleeps. Therefore, we sleep. But my other kids were doing half packs during the flare-ups because they were falling asleep, being tired at school, and it was helping them focus and sleep better or sleep a little deeper through our youngest flare-ups. And then as our youngest is getting adapted on it and liked it, he's potty training again. For anybody who has a toddler, it's one of the hardest things, but when they're not sleeping, they're not growing. And when they're not growing, they're not into what you're doing, they're tired, they're cranky. So the fact that he's actually potty training again and learning, and he's actually growing, he got a little taller too. So it was too good to share. And for anybody who builds up a business, it's something when you think about, because I built this other business up for 4 years, but I was in love with where I was at now, and it was just too good. Everybody benefits off of something off of it. So I took everything that I had from my last paycheck, and I said, okay. I wanted to wait till spring, but once my friends found out at what I was doing, there was no way I could wait. So I was one of the girls that pre-sold. I didn't have the money up front, and y'all, it was gone in not even 3 days. I sold 3 in 2 weeks. It just flies off, and it's so great because it helps so many. My mom is now in remission, but she is celiac. I have family members who have Crohn's, Hashimoto's. Everybody finds a way to utilize the tool to go feeling better. I started my business to help people who felt like me, trapped to the pharmaceutical meds, or feel like you don't have another way, being groggy, that's just how you're supposed to feel. And I'm here to tell you that I'll be 28 this year, and I can actually think and feel everything. It's like I'm seeing everything for the first time again, having not these interfering chemicals, running like you're supposed to be running. You know, you can only lose so much weight. These preserve your muscle. So no, you're not going to whittle away. You actually get a leaner body composition because you're feeling better moving around. I was one of those with my other companies. You know, you try to make it to the conferences, but you just can't make it happen. I chased a certification credit for a fitness class for 8 months across so many states, and I could never make it happen. 2 months into this company, I was able to take a bonus and pay for my credit, my class, to get certified for this class that I wanted to teach. And then everybody's like, we're going to Epic. I was like, oh, that's awesome. Y'all have fun, because of Christmas, how are you going to make this happen? So I just saved everything that I profited for the month of December. And my husband said, if we can make it work, we'll find a way to get the days off for you to go. I was like, well, that's an amazing offer for Christmas, but I've never done anything like this. So me going to the coast to be there with everybody in person just wasn't going to happen. It happened. And being able to go down there, it's so hard to put into words, but the energy is just contagious. You don't feel like I'm not supposed to be here. I'm new. I'm almost to my 3 months this month, or 3.5, and 3 or 4, we're getting there. But walking in, I didn't feel scared. I felt, you feel it's just everybody's on the same level. It's all love. You might get a little starstruck if you see people and you're like, I know that person, or I know this person, but the energy is contagious, and it's just everybody's welcoming. It doesn't matter where you are in the company. Everybody starts the same and everybody's helpful, but to feel like you belong, like when Ashley said timing is everything, this is perfect timing. I waited for so long for something that would help me feel good instead of obsessively chasing a routine that wasn't consistent with the feeling. When you have good days, you feel good, but when you have bad days, you're just most likely to not feel as great. This, you feel great every single day, and you just get more stuff done. But the business side of it, I've never felt like this, and you feel like family with strangers, but they're not strangers. They're just like you. It's like looking in a mirror sometimes. So when people say, well, we were hugging strangers and crying, it's exactly what was happening. It was a mental breakthrough, a physical breakthrough. It was just, it's hard to put into words, but I definitely want to catch the one in May, definitely, because I want to feel that again. It's life-changing, and you meet people that you'll have for the rest of your life. That's all I can say, I guess.
Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, your story is amazing. It's just incredible. And one thing I want to mention, like, that's Jackie's own personal story. Like, it's not medical claims or anything. We're not saying like this is any sort of like, anything like that. This is just Jackie's story, how it's helped her and how it's helped some people that she has seen, who've been on the program. And really, like, if there's no reason not to try something. If there's a possibility that you could maybe heal yourself, like, why not try? And so there are so many incredible medical benefits to this product. Like, even for Alzheimer's, there's a lot of research that exogenous ketones in the ketogenic diet helps with that. And we learned a lot of this at Epik. Of course, we can't make any medical claims, but it's just amazing to really see the true life experiences of people who have their lives have been changed. So if you guys are just barely hopping on, hit the share button on this video or comment below, because we're going to be giving away some ketones towards the end of this webinar. We don't want to keep it too much longer, but we are going to hear from Heather next, and then we will hear from Abby after that. So Heather, if you want to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Epik and your story as a promoter.
Yes. Okay. So I have been a promoter. When did I start? So this is about to be my 4th month. But I will tell you that the first time I ever heard somebody put butter in their coffee, I thought they were insane. I was like, that is disgusting. Why would anybody do that? Like, I spent my whole entire life trying to eat low carb, and I would eat, sugar-free and fat-free. And then once I got a little bit older, I got more into the clean eating, and I was kind of like holier than thou about food choices. And if you weren't eating salads all day long, like, did you even care about yourself? But what happened is, like, I worked myself to death. Like, I was working out every day. I was eating low carb, low fat. And it did work. It worked at first. I lost some weight. And then I until it didn't work anymore, until I could not look at another piece of turkey bacon without wanting to like stick my fork in my eyeball. And then it is almost like my body kind of rebelled. And that's what led me to Ashley. Is over the summer, we had just moved into like our dream house, this house that we had been looking at for like 6 months. We finally bought it. It was ours. We moved in. I had the kids home with me. We had a pool like to go to, not in our backyard, but like it was supposed to be perfect. But what my anxiety was so bad. I have rosacea, which you honestly cannot even tell, but I have like the most problem skin on the planet. I've had rosacea for years, and I can keep it pretty well managed with like prescription face washes and stuff like that. But when I tell you like everything just kind of went haywire, that included my skin. And I have pictures that I took this summer where my skin is just completely broken out. I had no energy. So I would like put my kids to bed. I would fall asleep with them at 8 o'clock. My husband doesn't normally get off until about 9:30. So we would go days without seeing each other. And he, you know, obviously that wasn't great for our marriage because we never spent any time together. And, you know, I was just so exhausted that I didn't care. Like I wasn't physically able to stay up with him. And I didn't want to hang out with him because I was so tired. I just wanted to sleep. So I knew something was going on. And because I've always been sort of like holistic, like I don't love to pop pills. I don't love to take a bunch of crazy supplements. I always look at what I'm eating first. And so the first thing I knew was like low carb, low fat something's got to go, but I cannot do low carb, low fat anymore. Because it was causing all of this. So I reached out to Ashley. I knew that she had done keto. I had tried keto on my own earlier in the year, and I did it for about a week. And I think all I ate pretty much was like bacon and eggs because I didn't have any sort of support group. I had ordered a book off Amazon. I had no clue what I was doing. But so I reached out to Ashley and I was like, okay, like I want to try these things that you're on. At the time I had built a following doing something else. I had been preaching something else. So she was like, okay, do you want a 5 or a 10 day? And I was like, definitely just 5. Like, don't send me 10 of these. And then she asked me if I wanted to be in her group. And I was like, no, like, don't add me to anything. I was super skeptical, which is funny because I was like 3 days in and I felt like my brain turn on. And it's like, not everybody feels like that, but I for sure felt my brain turn on. I started decorating my new house where everything had been sitting in boxes. Like I started staying up later and hanging out with my husband. Like we would put the kids to bed at 8 and then we would watch a movie, like an entire movie, which never happened before. You know, and then there's this thing that's called the keto calm, which as somebody who has a lot of anxiety and who gets kind of crazy sometimes. Yes. And I noticed that Jackie's coffee mug says calm AF. And I want to know where you got that. But the keto calm, like seriously, like that helps me be the mom that I want to be because you know, the person, the calm, put together person that you have in your head is not always the same person that shows up every day. And so the keto calm just for me is so huge. So then I was like 3 days in and I ordered another 5 day. And then there was a sale and I saw her post that there was a sale and I was like, screw it, I'm in. And so I signed up with the pack, and then the craziest thing happened is that everybody felt the way that I felt. So all I had to do was just talk about what I had been struggling with. And whenever I talked about, you know, I've been feeling exhausted and these help give me more energy. I had all these other people who say, you know, that's how I feel. I want more energy. When I talked about, you know, my skin was looking like crap. I mean, I'm 34 years old. My skin was looking terrible. And I talked about, you know, how I felt like, I'm starting to like glow, like it's weird, but it happens. And people are like, I want some of that. Like, what's in that? And I'm like, collagen. So anyway, just sharing what drove you to reach out and try the ketones. That's how you share when you start your business. You just share why you wanted to do it, and you connect with other people who need the same thing. At the end of the day, almost everybody needs more energy. Almost everybody needs more calm in their life. People want, appetite suppressant and to curb their cravings for the bad stuff. Like, these products are for people who want to be their best. And some days they just need a little extra help to get there. And I think as far as the company is concerned, this company is not like any other. They have like the whole weekend we were there, we talked about scientific stuff, and not in like a boring science class way, but like this is cutting edge shit this is cutting edge stuff that is gonna like change people's lives. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, we didn't go there to learn about how to post on Facebook. We went there to learn about how to change people's lives. And so if you're somebody who cares about making a difference in other people's life, if you're somebody who struggled with something, who, you're so thankful that somebody had the guts to post about it so that you could try it and feel the way that you do, then you just continue to pay that forward. And that's how this business grows.
I'm muting myself. Thanks, Heather. Oh my God, you're so right, because it's so true. Because that whole weekend, that's all it was just, they lead with education. Like, they really try to just educate you as much as they can on the science of this whole thing, because the technology is just, no one else has this. No one else does this. What Pruvit is doing, this doesn't exist anywhere besides this company. Like, they're coming out with some leading edge stuff that is amazing, and they're changing the industry completely. And by the way, seeing you in person, like, I would have never known you had skin issues. Like, your skin is like really nice. Seriously, look, Jenny's nodding her head because she knows. Like, it's true. It's like,
it's awful, you guys. I've been on like prescription pills, like tablets, like prescription face washes, and I don't take any of that stuff anymore.
That's amazing.
Since I started these ketones. One more thing, like Ashley said, like, we're on the cutting edge. Like, just to reiterate, like, this is our first product. Like, can you imagine what we're going to come out with next?
Yeah. It's crazy because the stuff that they're developing and they're creating, like, there is going to be some ridiculous things coming in 2018. They come out with all of these different flavors all the time with the product that they do have with the ketones, and they're adding things to the ketones, like the AC11 that they add to the ketone product, which helps with anti-aging from the inside out. Like, they're making it better. They're like constantly making it better. So they started with the OS, which is like the orange dream and the chocolate swirl, and then they moved into this max formula, which is the highest amount of ketones available. And Pruvit's ketones are the only ketones that will get you into ketosis within 1 hour. No one can even touch that. There is a patent on the amount of BHB that's in here, so that no one can duplicate what Pruvit has done. And so they're a leader in the marketplace, and they're the first company to ever create ketones. And the other thing is, no other company can ever create a direct marketing sales company selling ketones ever. Like, forget the patent. The patent, is one thing, but no other company can ever come in and produce this product besides Pruvit. So that's something that's amazing in itself. But yeah, I mean, the company, they go live every Wednesday with a different doctor on their page, and the doctors answer questions and they talk about the science. And if you're new to this whole thing, you definitely should check out the Pruvit page, the fan page, facebook.com/justpruvit, and check out the doctor's videos, because you will really learn a lot. And that's what they do. They're focused on education. They just started this whole thing, Keto Clarity, which they're teaching people not just the ketogenic diet, but also about the benefits of this product and how to really just change your life with it. So, all right, we're going to hop over to Abby's story. If Abby's, I see her writing something, so I want to make sure. Okay, so we're going to jump over to Abby. Go ahead, Abby.
Sorry. Literally, I will be honest, as we've been on this call, I probably have gotten about 7 new orders for 10 packs. So I'm busily hustling, getting them out here. So my story. Okay, so I am a single mom. I'm a widow. My husband was a police officer here in New York City. I hope the sirens don't go off. They usually do. But he passed away almost 3 years ago. When a couple months ago, I was with a different company, and I just didn't feel like I had a passion for it anymore. I had no passion to help anyone, which I was so enthusiastic about. I used to love like hearing stories of how I was helping people. And I came to a point where I try not to cry, where I thought I was going to have to go back and get a job outside the house to support me and my son. And I didn't want to do that. My son used to say to me, I used to talk to him on the way to school, and I said, what happens if mommy has to go back to work? Like, I have to get a job outside. He said, no, mommy, that's not your job. Your job is to pick me up from school every day. I want to make that a reality, and I am making that a reality. So it's not something like I'm striving for anymore. Because of this opportunity, everything that I have wanted, literally everything, is fulfilled. I get to be home with my son. I bring in a amazing income for the two of us. My why, when I've always gotten started with this, was to feel happy and healthy in my own skin, because I got started in all of this when my son was about 9 months. I wanted to get back in shape, and I just did not feel like myself. So that was what I always wanted, and all of that is fulfilled. Like, everything is ticked off. So the company, the one thing that I noticed this weekend, and now I'm noticing it when I'm at home now, because all the boxes that come from Pruvit, the packaging, even like the box here, I grabbed one, everywhere on here, like on the back here, on the top, it says better. And they kept having on the wall in Epik, I saw that they had a big thing, spotlight on the wall, says we are the sponsor of better. And that is literally what has happened to me in the last 4 months. Everything is better, like everything. I feel amazing. As a single mom, I need energy. Like, I was unmotivated, doing nothing. I was dropping him off of camp. I would come sit on my couch over here, watch TV all day, doing nothing. I have motivation. I have energy. I feel great. I've leaned out. I'm making good food choices again, not eating crap. So that's the product itself. And then getting to help other people do the same thing, again, like another why of mine and what I want to do is fulfilled. But it's just amazing how much better. And then, yes, income-wise, when I got started, I found Selena, who on Instagram, we were talking about this weekend. I stayed in the hotel room with her. And I actually had someone else approach me about this opportunity at the same time. And I met her this weekend, that girl who had found me. And I was so thankful that I made the better choice, that person would not have been the fit for me. So it just was amazing to be able to, see that like that. I'm so glad I didn't go with that other team, because here, like how Natasha said, everything is duplicatable. Like your group, when you start off, or even a post today, a lot of you have seen that there's a sale today. So a lot of us share ideas of what we're posting. Like if you're scared, like, how am I going to get out there and post to people that like about this product? I know I love it because I tried it. Like you might have done a 10-day or, gotten a sample here or there, or even you bought a box and you're going and you want to keep going with it. Like it's kind of handed to you on a platter. Like it's like, here's all the knowledge and all the resources you need. And I came from a team in my other company that had none of that, none of it at all. So definitely a huge takeaway for me is that word better. Like I should like get a shirt with it, like life is better or something. But there was one speaker there that like I think he spoke to everyone, that David is a Gobbins, his last name, right? And okay, I have a mouth like a truck driver. Everyone who met me this weekend knows that probably every other sentence is gonna have a curse word. I'm gonna be good here. But he took it to a whole nother level, but it got in your face. It said, like, he said something, I have it here, that you need to put yourself in an environment and push yourself through the uncomfortable. And that was like amazing to me. Like, if you're scared to take this step and, you know, take a hold of this opportunity, make yourself uncomfortable for a moment and it will pay off in the end. Like, if you are in love with the ketones, if you love the keto lifestyle, if you love helping people, you want to bring in an income for your family, like, push yourself. And it's also like when you help people, you have to push them a little bit into that uncomfortable to say, hey, maybe try it a little different, because maybe what you've been doing for like the last 4 months hasn't been working. But yeah, like, if you have the money for it today, take advantage of this sale. I was literally just doing the numbers here. I mean, if someone wants to know, that's some of the stuff I write down, but I'm such a numbers person. But net profit, when you sell your whole box, which is not going to take long to sell that box, I promise you, my first box I pre-sold. And then when the sale hit, I bought my box. I had sold 10 days when I purchased my box. By the time it hit my doorstep, I was sold out, plus I sold out of another half a box. So you're going to earn close to $600 right off the bat, plus all the bonuses that this company gives you, which is amazing. But yeah, I mean, are we allowed to talk numbers? Yeah. Okay. So in the last 4 months, I've made more than I did with 3 years with my previous company, which is like, I got the 1099. I was like, that can't be for 2.5 months. That's crazy. Next month, I'm taking my son on a trip to Mexico, and literally ketones have paid for it. I mean, it's going to be the ketone vacation. He calls them T-tones. So he's very excited about the new flavor. It was very cute to come home and say, Mommy, look, Mommy has a new flavor. He was so excited about grape. But that's it from me, guys. Take a hold of this. If you're scared at all, just talk to the person who reached out to you and ask those questions. Because if you don't, I mean, I asked Selena. She said I asked her a million questions at the beginning. So do that. Just ask.
Thanks, Abby.
No problem.
Abby is a perfect example. Like, the amazing thing is, like, a lot of us on this team, we're all of a sudden feeling like we're fulfilling our purpose. You know, like, everyone, like, strives to find a purpose. Like, what's my purpose? And like this, since starting with this company, we've found our purpose. Like, I know for me, my purpose is helping women build success as entrepreneurs in their life. And look at Abby, who lost her husband, who is a mom of a little boy, who is able to support her family and take care of her son and not have to go to work. Like, that is fulfilling a huge purpose, you know, for why we pour into everyone with everything that we do and try to give everyone the tools to succeed in their life. Like, the thing is, like, we don't think, how can I be successful? We think, how can we make them successful? Like, my sole purpose is to make everyone on this team successful. Like, everything I do, I don't think about my own sales. Like, I think, what can I put out there and create that I can give to them so that they can also use it, and then that can build success for them too. And that's always been my focus with everything that I do. Like, that's it. And that is the reason why our team is one of the fastest growing teams in this entire company, because we are focused around helping all of these women and men. Like, the unbelievable thing that I also took away from Epik was that there were so many men involved in this business, like more men than women. Like, it was unbelievable. Up there getting awards, they were all men. And a lot of times the husbands don't support women when they get started on a company like this. But with this product, men, for some reason, can stand behind this. Like, they are like, okay, let's do this. Like, I don't know what it is about the ketones or what it is about the product, but when they try it, what snaps in their mind, but something works, because I see a lot of men and wife teams that are working together and that are building the businesses together. And I see a lot of men supporting their wives fully. My husband did not support me with the last business I was involved in. Even though I was successful with that business, he just didn't support. He just didn't see where it was going to go. With this, he's behind me 110%. He was there with me at Epik, which he used to fight me about going to other company events, but like, he wanted to be there for this, you know? And so a lot of the girls experience that same thing. But I'm going to take you on to Jenny, and Jenny's going to be our last speaker, and then we're going to do the giveaway on the products, and then I'm going to talk a little bit more about some things about this business, and then that will be it. I don't want to take too much of your time. So, Jenny, take it away.
Hi. Okay, before I start, Gabby says she keeps seeing you and she wants to say hi to Ashley. Say hi.
Hi, Gabby.
So the reason, honestly, that I started is because of Ashley. As you can see, she knows my children. I mean, Ashley is somebody that I met in, with the prior company, what I used to do with her. I followed her. She went into this whole keto thing. I tried keto on my own. She knows. I failed miserably. So then when Ashley discovered the ketones and told me all about it, I was like, okay, whatever Ashley suggests usually is like 99.99% accurately correct. So I was like, okay, let me try it. I was super hesitant because I was not successful with keto before.
Where are you?
She's at home. I was not successful with keto before, but I was like, you know what, let me give it a shot. So I gave it a shot, and I absolutely loved, I loved the way that I felt. For those of you who don't know me, I work full time. I work a lot of hours, so I don't have the pleasure of being a stay-at-home mom like everybody else. Mama, go with Nana. Go to the room with Nana. And this is my crazy life. So my husband right now, he's actually a firefighter. He's on shift, so it's like being a single mom with these two kids. Look at this. Every third day. So it's rough. I have minimal time. With the last company, I did pretty well considering the circumstances. But like Abby was saying, I got my 1099 and I was like, what? In 3 months, I made more than the entire year with the other company. I remember last year thinking, wow, I made a lot. It was very exciting. But honestly, the promoter opportunity with this company is mind-blowing. Like literally mind-blowing. Okay, sorry guys. I never imagined that it would be, look at this, she's on my phone trying to show you guys the webinar that we're watching. Okay, so what I was saying was, my mind was just blown because I was able to make more side income. I mean, and I make good money. I'm a nurse practitioner. I work in nursing administration. I already make a good amount of money in my real job, in my full-time day job. I shouldn't say real job. So this is just side money. I actually went to New York to visit Ashley like 2 weeks before Christmas. I mean, who plans a trip and spends all that money 2 weeks before Christmas? We went to see the Rockettes together. That's not cheap. And all of that was possible with the money I made from Pruvit. So I just want to say that for, those of you that think you don't have the time to invest into a business and do the things that you need to do, that you can't be posting all day, you can't be on social media, because God knows I literally I call myself like the coach on wheels, because the only time that I do stuff is in the morning driving to work, sometimes if I'm lucky on my lunch break if I'm not working through my lunch, and on my drive home. And then like once the girls are asleep, but obviously look, it's 9:30, they're still awake, so clearly if I'm lucky, maybe a total of 2.5 hours in a full day, and I've been pretty successful. So if I can do it, you can do it. And one of the big takeaways that I got from Epik, yeah, mamita, I'm so sorry guys. This is the real life situation here. One of the biggest takeaways I got from Epik is to not compare myself to anybody else. And that literally, and Ashley knows all the time, I'm like, if only I didn't work, if only, because I know I have the potential to do so much more, but I just literally do not have the time. So, and that holds me back, because I just like put myself in this corner of I don't have the time, I can't keep up with them, and I'm constantly comparing myself to all the other amazing people on our team that they're stay-at-home moms, and it's like I can never keep up. And I just, I realize, I'm like, you know what, get over it. Like, I'm not there, at least not yet, and I am who I am, and I'm just, and Ashley knows, I mean, I haven't even done my YouTube video of why I started to prove it. I barely have done anything on YouTube, and I've been so successful. So it's just so afraid of not meeting the expectation and not being at their level that it's really held me back. So that's like for me personally, the biggest thing that I got out of Epik, just be me. I mean, people are going to be attracted to you for who you are, and people are going to be attracted to me for who I am. So of course, a stay-at-home mom is not going to be attracted to me, but the reality is, how many people are stay-at-home entrepreneurs in this point? Yeah, there's a lot, but there's a lot more people working. So I just need to do what I need to do and focus on being me, being the best that I can do, and that was like the message that really hit home for me. So I'm excited.
Thanks, Jenny. Jenny is like one of my best friends that came just from the business, just from social media and this business, you know. It's like I didn't know her before this whole thing. Like I didn't know, and it's just amazing because you meet people and you like form these friendships and these relationships, and they will become friends of yours the rest of your life, regardless of what happens with this company or what happens in our lives. We will always be friends. That is one thing that I like know for sure, you know. And it's like that never would have ever happened if I just decided and there's nothing wrong with just being a stay-at-home mom. I don't mean it like just be a stay-at-home mom. I just mean if that was just what I wanted to do, just be a stay-at-home mom and just not do anything else other than that. But like honestly, like it's a lot of fun to have something to be creative with, to focus on, and to work towards. Even if you know you don't have to work, it's fun to work. It's a lot of fun to work when you can work for yourself and you can build something and create something. But you know what? Jenny says that she like has to stop comparing herself to others and feels like, you know, it can hold her back. But Jenny's in the top 5 of this team. Like, so even though she says that, like, you guys gotta understand, like, Jenny is like really successful in comparison to the typical person with this business. So, but she's not reaching the level that she wants to reach for herself, that she knows she could be capable of reaching if she was like all in and full in with it. But like, that is like a perfect example of how your time investment really can be, it doesn't have to be a huge time investment. Like if you want to work with 1 hour a day, and I know other companies will tell you a power hour, you can work with 1 hour. That's not the case with a lot of other companies, especially if there's a lot of competition, there's a lot of other people doing the same type of business. An hour is there's no way you can build a business in an hour. Whereas with Pruvit, you literally can build a business in an hour. Like it's so unsaturated. You're the only person that anyone you know will know that has ketones. So they're going to come to you and they're going to want to get started with you, even if you're only there an hour. And you don't have to be posting all day on Facebook either, because that's one big thing, you know. It's like you have to post all day on Facebook, like 10 times a day. Like, no, you don't. Like, you can do it how you want to do it, and you can figure it out how you want to figure it out. You don't have to have your entire life on social media anymore if you don't want it to be, because with this product, you can literally talk about the benefits and what's happening with this product, and you'll still build momentum and get sales, and people will want to do it and try it, because you don't have to be like trying to work around what you're doing. You can actually do what you do and do what you're doing and attract people to you and provide value to people and help people and make it so that your business attracts the people that need your help to you. You're not going out there like looking for sales. Like we are so far, like you don't even think about sales with this. Like it's not, and people even have said that Pruvit promoters, it's like all about selling a product. It's not. If you knew what it was really like, it's so far beyond selling a product. It's so much more about helping someone change their life in so many different ways, because with this product, you actually can change people's lives. You actually can change people's financial lives and their, you know, health and you know, just there are so many different ways that this changes people's lives. So we're going to give away these ketones. So make sure you guys comment. Everyone who's still on this webinar or is popping in here and is here, comment below, share this video, comment below. I'm going to pull a name in like right after I get through my story here, because I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about my background, who I am, and why I decided to become a promoter. So my name, I didn't even tell you my name, but I'm Ashley. I'm the Ashley, and I'm here in New Jersey, Gabby. If you're wondering where I am, No, Gabby was here. She's playing with my my son. But and my background is I used to be an insurance broker for years. I used to be out there pounding the pavement, cold calling, walking into businesses. I was a commercial lines insurance broker. I went to school. I went to college actually for interior design, and I ended up not doing that at all. While I love interior design, I love design, I didn't even go into that because, for one, the housing market crashed right after. Well, I didn't even graduate college. That's the thing. I had 4 years of college, and then I had another 2 years ahead of me because I switched my degree or whatever. So the housing market crashed. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get a degree. I'm going to get out. I'm going to try to find a job as an interior designer. This isn't even going to happen. This is just stupid. Why am I going to rack up all of these student loans for something I'm probably not going to do? So anyway, I got a job in insurance. I started out as a assistant, and I worked my way up into becoming a broker for the company, but that's mostly commission-based, right? I worked long hours. I was one of the hardest working producers in the company, and I pushed myself beyond the limits of fear because I literally would walk into companies, talk to the owner of these companies, and try to get them signed up with the insurance policies, a new insurance policy, and all of that, and it was not fun at all, but I did it because I wanted to work for myself. I have an entrepreneurial spirit, and that side of it spoke to me. I wanted to work for myself. I didn't know about direct marketing sales at this time. I didn't know what an MLM was. I didn't know what any of that was. And it wasn't until I had my kids, and then I started with this other company because I liked the product, and I got results of the product. So I was like, okay, I'm home. I might as well give it a shot and try the business side of what it is. And then I fell in love with the business model of this. I mean, my husband, he's in finances. He has a CFA. He's was totally against what I'm doing because he did not think it was a legitimate type of business. Like in his mind, you know, he's from a family of engineers. You go to college, you get a degree, you get a job, you go to work, and that's it. There is no other way. And so when I was like, okay, I'm going to be an entrepreneur, I'm going to build a business, and I'm going to work for a direct marketing sales company, I had no support. So I became very successful in that company very quickly. And it was because I had this incredible passion and drive to help women build success in their lives. And it was more fun for me to see them have success than it was for my own success. And then there became a point in that business where I was successful, but their businesses were no longer as successful, or I would bring people in and their businesses did not have the same opportunity it used to have, and it was going backwards. And so I was losing my purpose, I was losing my passion, I was starting to feel a very heavy weight on me that I was promoting something that I no longer believed in, and I knew I had to make a decision to leave at that company. But at the same time, I found this product with Pruvit, and I gave it a try. I was totally skeptical because I am someone who is very knowledgeable about the ketogenic diet, and I had been for a long time, and I had been teaching people how to do the ketogenic diet, and I was running groups helping people follow the ketogenic diet before I ever tried ketones. But I was listening to the keto community because a lot of them, they will say you don't need exogenous ketones and all of that, so it held me back from trying them. I don't know why they think that way, because when I tried the ketones, it literally changed everything for me. It made the ketogenic diet like so much more flexible, easy to follow. It just made it better, so much better. And so when that happened to me, because I had my own experience, I was like, this stuff is amazing. And then I was like, I need to think seriously about this. And then I looked into the comp plan, and the comp plan with this company is unlike anything else. Pruvit has been around for 2 years, so they're new. It's a fresh business where there isn't a lot of competition. However, it's established enough that it's past that 2-year mark, where most companies don't even make it to the 2-year mark when a new company starts out. So right now what's happening with Pruvit is their momentum is growing, and they are growing rapidly. So right now is like the perfect timing to get in. You're coming into a company where it's not a risk to join with them because they're already established enough and shown that the company is growing. It's not going the other way. And the company is focused on helping you succeed in your business. They produce these sales. So we get these sales every month, and the purpose of the sales is to help the promoters build their business, because what they tell us and what they show us and why it's so brilliant is because it all starts with the 10-day experience. And so they have their sales towards the end of the month because they know you are offering these 10-day experiences all month long. You were helping people get set up on 10-day experiences, and then they pop a sale, and it causes people to get started, to go for the full package, and they've already tried it. That's why it's so smart. So Pruvit has all of these sales. They have all of these new products coming out, and then they have sales on the promoter package like this sale today. And I can tell you, every promoter that's gotten started on this team has been scared to start. I was so scared. I didn't know what the future would hold. I didn't know if I would start this and it would just, my business would tank, and then I would just be left with nothing. I mean, I worked really hard for my other business, and I was afraid of losing everything that I worked for there, and I was afraid. But I let faith guide me, and I had this like nudging feeling like I was meant for this. Like everything that I did over there was to prepare me for this, because now with this, I know what to do. I know how to help people be successful. I know what to create in a team to build that team to success. Like, I know how to do that from my time with that other company, and from what I've learned over there, it helped me here. And so, you know, everyone getting started on this team, you guys, everyone gets tools. Everyone gets added to our team training page. We have it all set up so that everything is literally a step-by-step, follow this, do this. We have templates for you to create like a nice little landing page for your 10-day experiences. So you literally add your links to your PayPal account, and then if someone asks for information on a 10-day experience, you send them that link and they can order directly off of there. It will give all of the information about the ketones, about the product, and then if that's just to help you make these sales so that you can sell these products, get them set up right. We have everything set up for you on how to set up your groups, what to put in your groups. I create videos all the time on the ketogenic diet, on trainings for becoming a promoter, or trainings for promoters. And in those videos, I tell people to contact a promoter, because I'm not trying to create these videos for my own sales. I'm doing it for my team so they can use my videos in their business while they build the confidence and the skills to create their own videos. So it's all focused on helping everyone else build success in their life. And so our team is literally going to be like, we are growing faster than any other team that came into this company. And there's a reason for that. And that really is because of our mission and focus with this team. So, you know, we went past an hour. I'm sorry, guys. Thank you so much for hanging on with us. And I will come in here in Facebook and see, let's see who's left here, and I will pull a name of someone who commented. Let's see. Kate, Kate Murray, sorry if I say your name wrong, but you won the ketones. Thank you so much for being part of it. Yes.
Kate's a promoter.
That's okay.
Oh, okay.
Not the ketones.
Okay. Just check it. I didn't know if you had any rules.
That's okay. She can win the ketones. You know what? Since she's a promoter, I will give away a second set of 5 of these ketones for someone else. So let's find another person. Okay, Jan Sweet. Is she a promoter? I don't think so. But okay, so Jan Sweet won as well. So we have the 2 winners. Just message me your address. You'll see, I'll comment. So all right, so the sale expires tomorrow. If you guys are thinking about this, just jump in. You're going to be so supported. You're going to love being a part of our team. And we have some amazing things coming this next year. You're going to be a part of some incredible things. And, you know, thank you so much for watching this. Next year at Epik, because Epik is once a year, but Pruvit has a ton of events throughout the year. Next year at Epik, hopefully we see you there, because guys, this is such just an amazing experience. You know, so thanks guys, and I won't keep you any longer. Take care. Contact the promoter who sent you this video, and get signed up.
My daughter thinks Ashley's a celebrity. Yeah, okay. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.